Hi everybody, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope that you're doing great and staying safe and well wherever you are in the world. You know, at 60andMe we talk about all kinds of topics related to getting older beautifully, aging beautifully. And we talk about relationships, travel, makeup and beauty, skincare. But there's one thing that we don't talk about too often, and it's actually pretty important. In fact, it's probably the most important thing in many ways, and that's money. Money, sort of guides us and gives us opportunity. It's not it's the love of money that causes the challenge. It's not money itself. But Kathleen Reel, one of our bloggers, wrote this great article about understanding your money style. So today's video is going to be asking you, what money personality type are you? Are you a avoider, an idealist? Are you a spender? Whatever you are, we're going to go through it today and find out who that person is behind. Now, as a lot of changes happen as we get older, we get divorced sometimes, we have to, we lose a partner, we are living alone and things are just getting more expensive. We're finishing our careers. The income that came in regularly is just not always there. Many of our women still work into their 70s. I'm 72. I'm still working and I love it. But, for a lot of people, they want to try something different. And money and having it, really determines your the directions that you can take and the choices you can make. So Kathleen talks about, the beliefs that we have about money and how they go back to our childhood, how they go back to our just throughout our lives. We've established habits, rhythms and patterns, and it's time to sort of just understand who you are. What is your money personality? Now, she references an author named Olivia Mellan, and she wrote a book called Money Personality Types, and Kathleen is now just kind of reviewing those types. And before I start though, I must say, don't sort of hook yourself onto one, because I think I'm actually a couple of these, or 3 or 4. This is how complex money is, right? So the first one is guardians. Are you a guardian of money? Is this your personality type? Do you guard your money? Don't spend it. I know some very good friends who are from Scotland who always pride themselves on their Scottish guardianship of money. But, it's just really, do you keep a close eye on your money all the time and guard it with your life? Are you a spender? Oh, well, we all are, right? We all have to live. But are you a spender in the sense that you get emotional gratification from spending, that you use money for pleasure and enjoyment in your life? It's focused on having a good life, Now, we've talked a lot. I talked to several people about this topic in the past in interviews about legacy and how much we should leave to our children and whether we should enjoy our money ourselves. Well, a spender is going to say me. I'm going to spend it on me. And that's a personality type that you may identify with. And if you do, by the way, all these are not, there's no judgment with these styles. They're just sort of to help you get some kind of handle on what your personality style is with money, and then just maybe adapt it or change it or assimilate it with another style. So spending money on the good life, that's the spender. The next one is the idealist. And this is the person that puts the emphasis on money, on creativity, creation, spiritual growth, maybe really important causes, someone that wants to use money for a good end, to show compassion, to show love. The people that, volunteer and give their money to groups, people that just get joy out of that, that's the way they get their joy from money. That's their personality. They are idealists. Another one is hoarders. Now, the hoarder, I think, is different than the guardian because the guardian's doing it out of a discipline. The hoarder's doing it out of a compulsion. And that compulsion is really to protect, to seek security and make sure that you have abundance forever. And of course, we know that this is not always the case, but hoarders, if that's your personality type, it's not that it's a problem at all. It's just that it can create an environment where you are seeking something more from money than it can give you. You're wanting it to protect you, to give you security, to give you kind of a consistency throughout your life. And so your whole effort is to accumulate more money, to find ways to gain more money. That's the hoarder. Stars, well, they spend, invest, give it away. They want to feel classy. They want to feel accepted. They want to feel appreciated. For money, they want to be a star. They want their money to make them a celebrity at whatever level. They want for the money to make them popular. And actually, some people do this, I think, in a way that, I mean, I made that sound a little bit like dramatic, but in a way, I think people do this for good reasons, which is you want to be remembered. You want to, you want to be remembered as a generous person or someone that gives and shares. But it's something about how your identity, your worth is tied up with how other people perceive your wealth. That's the star, the one that wants money to make them a star. I think a lot of celebrities fall into this category, actually. I think this is actually something that a lot of today's celebrity artists do. They want to be recognized and they spend money to do it. I mean, why else would you buy a $600 handbag, I ask you? I'm probably talking right now to someone that has bought a $500 handbag, and that's okay. But I personally don't see the value in that. But someone may see that as making them feel classy and a star. So the next one, I don't know how many there are on the list. I wrote them all down here, but the next one is avoiders. Now, these are the people that don't really pay much attention to money. It's like, money, what's that? They always are doing things at the last minute. They're always kind of working out at the last minute. Oh, no problem, it'll all work out. And it usually probably does, but it doesn't always. So it's always feeling a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit incompetent, a little bit less in control of your money. That's the avoider. Okay, so far, anybody recognizing themselves here? The next one is the caretaker. And these are the people who love to give money to express generosity and compassion. Maybe that's the one earlier where I said that, you might do it to feel like you're giving something and want to be remembered as someone who's generous. I think that's the bordering on the caretakers. The caretaker just wants to help. And money is a way of helping. So maybe you're a caretaker. The next one is the empire builders and the entrepreneurs. Now, I'm an entrepreneur. Many of you are entrepreneurs. So perhaps in that sense, you are in this category along with some others. And these are people that thrive on innovation and power and just being able to create something out of nothing. Being able to take something that was like zero and making it popular, making it important. I don't know whether you all know this, but when I started 60andMe, it was just me and my son and his wife. And I was like, I was convinced that there were other women out there that wanted some guidance and some support through their 60s. And I just, started with one person, actually 3 people in my Facebook group, the 3 people that I mentioned. And, that's how it grew to like now 120,000 and, 500,000 women watching us on the website. So anyway, the point I'm making is that it's no problem being an entrepreneur and an innovator. You just have to make sure that you are thinking realistically, that you have a business plan, that you're working things through, and that but really the most important thing is that you want to create something of enduring value, something that's important. There's amassers, people that like to gain lots and lots of money and equate money with self-worth. This is who they are. And then there's nesters. And these are the people who put all their money into their house because they feel like their house brings you the ultimate happiness and that's where you're going to put all your cash. Now, as I've been reading these, I can see already that you might be a nester and a caregiver, and you also might be a star, you might be a hoarder in different parts of your money portfolio. But this is, I hope, helpful just to kind of assess what the options are. Oh, and there is one more. Can you guess the one I've missed or didn't mention yet? It's the bag lady. These are the people who always think that they're just like a minute away from being completely broke, that everything they've got, everything is going to dissolve into some kind of vapor and they're going to be on the street with a black bag or a little suitcase. And I know this one. I've had this one and I've been this one before. And I've got over this one a little bit myself. I still get it sometimes, and especially when I see people who are living on the streets or people that are needing help in other situations, because I think, that could be me. That could be any of us. But it doesn't have to be any of us if we are prepared. So, does your money style tie you up? Trip you up? Is the question that Kathleen asked, and I think she's absolutely right to do that. Because sometimes dominant money styles can actually give you, a style of living which is not pleasant. I mean, if you're a penny pincher and you're hoarding and you're in control, a guardian of your money all the time, you're never going to buy that box of chocolates or that little necklace or something fun that may not cost very much at all, but you are hoarding your money. You might sort of really deal with this bag lady syndrome of always wanting to be secure and know that this is never going to happen to you, that you can't share, you can't give, you can't use your money. You can't spend your money because it may go tomorrow. It may disappear. So I think it's important, and Kathleen talks about this in her article, is to have a conversation with yourself. Try to figure out which is your money style, which is the way that you treat money, and just ask yourself those questions like, are you carrying too much credit card debt? Have you got your your legacy, your will, all that put together so that whatever you have is taken to the right place? So what is your money style right now? And as I spoke about in my own life, it's evolved for me. I've actually taken on several of these, and I actually own several of these at the moment, and maybe you do too. So let's have a chat about it. Put your comments in the section below. Be gentle with each other. And if anyone comes popping in with messages about how to make money, for some reason, whenever I talk about money on 60andMe, there are these little robots all around the world that start sending their little solicitations. And Facebook's an open platform. So if you're on Facebook and you're on the website, unfortunately, these comments can be left. But we delete them as quickly as we can and ban people. But usually when I do a video on money, I get comments. Just talk to each other. This is all good. Don't give any of your personal information, of course, and just enjoy learning from others what their personality and with money is. Thanks, Kathleen, for this article. It's really helpful for all of us, and do appreciate it. Take very good care of yourselves. Stay well and healthy and strong, and we'll talk to you all again soon. Bye-bye for now.